A 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, hello.
Talk back on the dial, traveling at a speed at 33 1/3 RPMs, where the music will bring you to your new vinyl listening destination. Ladies and germs, I want to play homage to Mutt Lange.
You love Mutt Lange.
I love Mutt Lange. And it goes Gunther Glieben Glacken Globen. Many of you people wonder, well, where did I hear that from? Well, you heard it from Def Leppard and you heard it from Offspring. No, not the same producer, but Mutt Lange was the one that started it, and he said it was gibberish. Instead of doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, he went Gunther Glieben Glacken Globen to count them in. And here we are today, my co-conspirator and host,
Dr. Ian Clark, pleased to be here.
the man of the hour, the Tower of Power, the man who loves the Rolling Stones on certain days of the week.
Certain days.
So today, Ian, what do you think I'm going to talk about today?
I think you're going to get serious.
Oh, I am. That's right, ladies and germs. We are going satellite radio versus terrestrial radio. I've always been a big supporter of music, most importantly, radio. Radio played a very important role in my life, and I would not be here today if it wasn't for the radio DJs of our era that made it fun. The shift from radio to video with the influence of VJs like MTV and Much Music were a huge part in my after-school learning. Radio has had so many influential announcers in the likes of Casey Kasem, Rick Dees, Howard Stern, Don Imus, Alan Freed, Wolfman Jack, Dick Clark, Downtown Carter Brown, Cosmo Shea, Claude Rajat, André Maisonneuve, and TJ Connors. In my opinion, they are true pioneers of the game. The VJ Road also had its legends in the making, from MTV's Mark Goodman, Alan Hunter, Nina Blackwood, Martha Quinn, and the late J.J. Jackson. On the Canadian side, with Much Music, there was Bill Welichka, Rick the Temp, Steve Anthony, Mark Williams, Erica M., and Strombo, just to name a few. Some have moved on to the satellite or streaming apps. The landscape of music consumption is undergoing a notable transformation. While streaming services once dominated the stage, their growth has plateaued, leading to a resurgence in physical media like vinyl records, cassettes, and CDs. This revival is particularly embraced by a younger audience who enjoy the nostalgia of these formats, often hosting listening parties with friends. It's a refreshing return to the essence of music appreciation. However, traditional radio is struggling, as it seems to have lost touch with its core identity. The repetitive nature of mainstream pop and the limited playlists on rock station are becoming tiresome for listeners. In contrast, satellite radio is gaining traction with stations that adhere to specific formats, while streaming platforms like Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube offer a curated genre playlist without commercials. Although there is a premium for these services, including satellite radio, many find it worthwhile to avoid the incessant barrage of ads. This brings me to my open letter to a beloved classic rock radio station where I have some concerns to address.
Are you going to read that letter to us?
I will read the letter. Should I
Okay.
mention the station, or do you think they'll figure it out?
I think they'll figure it out.
Dear classic rock radio station, who I truly love. As a dedicated listener of your station, I truly appreciate the talent of your announcers throughout the day. Your morning show stands out as a vital addition to Ottawa, encouraging a more vibrant lifestyle. However, I recently participated in your survey to share my preference for songs, and I have noticed an increasing number of tracks that seem misaligned with your format. For many years, classic rock radio stations always prided themselves on saying they only played classic rock music. But do they? A few years ago, an article came out for an Atlanta classic rock radio station that had an 18-song loop that was on repeat.
That's pitiful.
Yes. I'm a huge fan of radio and strong advocate for the announcers and personalities that make my day run smoothly. How can we not appreciate the morning show that gets you ready for your day, and then at 9 o'clock, they gear you up for a rock ride of the same 18 songs?
Great.
The CRTC regulations mandate that commercial radio stations allocate at least 35% of their weekly popular music airplay to Canadian content. Yes, this focus often narrows to a select few artists like the Tragically Hip, Sam Roberts, Rush, and Big Sugar.
Same old, same old.
While these bands are undoubtedly talented, the Canadian music scene is much broader than its limited selection. For instance, iconic groups such as The Band and The Guess Who made significant contributions to music in the late 1960s, are rarely featured when they are at its same 3 songs. Additionally, Rush's discography extends beyond hits like Fly By Night, Moving Pictures, and Signals, with albums like Presto and Counterparts deserving more airtime. The overexposure of the Tragically Hip can overshadow other deserving artists, and their dedicated fan base might benefit from exploring the diverse sounds of bands like April Wine to truly appreciate the richness of Canadian rock music. The classic rock era started in 1966 and went to about 1983. There have been articles that also said that classic rock started with the Beatles and ended with Nirvana, hence the time frame 66 to 95. Classic rock radio station Ottawa seems to lack a comprehensive selection of music that spans various genres. I've noticed the absence of tracks from bands like Dio, Rat, Cinderella, Social Distortion, and early Iron Maiden with Paul Di'Anno. While it's nice to hear Black Sabbath and Ozzy, the playlist often circles back to the same few songs, and I rarely hear any from Led Zeppelin's In Through the Outdoor or Presence. The Beatles are underrepresented as well. When they do play, it's usually Come Together, despite their heavier material from 66 to 70, fitting well with your format. Songs like While My Guitar Gently Weeps are often overshadowed by Jeff Healey's version. Grrr, why? Additionally, there is noticeable lack of solo work from George Harrison and Ringo Starr, with only occasional repeats of McCartney or Lennon tracks. The Beatles produced around 200 songs in just 9 years, yet remain unheard. Ian, you agree?
Absolutely. We've covered that before.
I also miss hearing Sabbath with Dio or Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, and it would be nice and refreshing to hear more from Nickelback's early albums or AC/DC's Bon Scott era.
Or Deep Purple, besides Smoke on the Water.
Exactly. Machine Head was a good album.
Amazing album.
While some Elton John songs used to be played, that seems to have faded. And there's a wealth of grunge music like Dinosaur Jr., Mudhoney, and Mad Season that could be featured. Did we forget Jeff Lynne and ELO? Like, seriously. A true classic rock radio station that steers clear of pop would be a welcome change, especially since the absence of artists like Taylor Swift is a relief for many listeners. I appreciate your consideration. Sincerely, Kennedy.
Nice.
Now, SiriusXM offers artists their own unique channels through collaborations, allowing them to work closely with program directors to select content that features their music alongside related tracks. These channels often include original elements such as interviews and live performances, with artists participating in various ways, from curating playlists to actively shaping the programming. So now, Ian, you had said, well, how does it work? Well, how artists' dedicated channels work is quite simple. There's 4 parts here. There is a partnership and curation, where the artists and their team collaborate with the program directors to create the channel's content, okay? Number 2, original content. Many artists include content beyond just music, such as exclusive interviews, performances, and shows hosted by the artist. So, example, Red Hot Chili Peppers, they might have Anthony Kiedis host a couple of shows.
Or Little Steven. And,
exactly, right? Channel types. Well, some channels are permanent, while others are limited run, often created to promote a new album or project. The length and level of commitment can depend on the artist's goals and resources. And then revenue and royalties. Well, artists are compensated through royalty payments when their music is played on these channels. Okay? Some artists may also have direct payment with deals with SiriusXM for their involvement in the programming channel.
Okay.
So, A growing trend in satellite radio is the establishment of dedicated stations for various bands and artists, prompting discussions about the merit of such initiatives. While some musicians undoubtedly deserve their own platforms, others may leave listeners questioning to the rationale behind their selection. This phenomenon reflects the evolving landscape of music consumption and the increasing demand for personalized listening experiences. As more artists gain their own station, it raises a question of whether this trend is justified or simply a marketing strategy. So, I have here a list of channels of artists that are already been dedicated on SiriusXM. I'm going to list them off, and you're going to say, yeah, I don't think so. Okay. So, Kelly Clarkson. She's relevant enough, American Idol, you know. Does she really need her own channel?
What's on her channel? Like,
it's a lot of pop stuff, a lot of her stuff.
Oh, so it's not just Kelly Clarkson?
No, it's stuff that is curated similar to
Kelly. Okay. No, she doesn't need it.
Okay. Pitbull. Mr. 305. Listen, him and I share the same depression right now of being Miami Dolphins fans, so let's just leave it at that. But at the end of the day, his is a lot of dance stuff. Does he really deserve his own channel?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, so he curates it, right?
Well, there's a lot of like DJ stuff, mixing, you know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. John Mayer. I don't think he needs his own channel.
I don't think he's played enough. No.
Elvis.
You knew that was going to happen. So you know what I mean? You can't.
But it's permanent channel. It's there.
Yeah, Elvis Presley is the god, so sure.
Okay. The Beatles have their own channel.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can't deny it.
Okay. Bob Marley.
Bob Marley is...
it's reggae. It's strictly reggae.
Yeah,
I mean, they play Jimmy Cliff. They play...
No, Jimmy Cliff, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure, Bob Marley was amazing.
Okay. Bruce Springsteen has his own channel.
You knew that was going to happen. There's a biopic, there's this, there's that. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Part of it, I did a little bit of research here just to dive in as a sidebar. Factors in being selected for an exclusive artist channel. Enduring legacy and influence, number one.
He's got it.
2, massive dedicated fan base.
He's got it.
Yeah. 3, unique and extensive catalog.
Not really.
Well,
he's got a big catalog.
He's got a pretty big catalog.
Yeah.
4, exclusive content and involvement. For example, LL Cool J founded the Rock the Bells radio channel. Yeah, exclusive content. So guys that are, like you said, are willing to go in and curate. Number 5, commercial success, and star power. And they mentioned, Carrie Underwood. Yeah, so star power, I get it. And finally, number 6, high profile personalities. So yeah, I got people that are well known in the business. That's it.
So Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Okay. Smokey Robinson has his own channel.
Yeah. You mentioned that before. I guess it must be a Motown thing.
Yeah. The Grateful Dead.
You know, absolutely. They have something like 700,000 hours of recorded music.
Okay, they have a lot of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett. Interesting enough.
I guess you just have to play lifestyle.
It's called Margaritaville.
Okay, so it's all this laid back MOR.
Dave Matthews Band has their own channel.
Again, I guess you have to play people that are like him or something.
Tom Petty has 2 stations called Tom Petty Radio and Tom Petty Buried Treasures.
Buried treasures. I would love to hear that because I don't even know about treasures that aren't buried. Like above ground treasures.
So you don't want him to have 2 channels?
Well, he I guess his estate's making some money, right?
U2 has its own channel.
I'm not surprised.
It's not bad. I have it in my presets.
Okay, they've been around forever.
Ozzy Osbourne. Oh my God, I'm glued to that channel. Ozzy's Boneyard, channel 38. I love that channel.
It's a famous one, actually.
Metallica booted off Drake and got their own channel, channel 42, and that channel is fantastic.
There's something sweet about that.
Dude, they got everything. Oh, my spouse is so happy. She's like, oh, tear. She was being so.
Well, how did they boot him off? Like,
I don't know how they booted him off. He had his own channel. It was curated like some hip hop going towards Drake, and then Metallica, because it's Metallica and Lars Ulrich is like an awesome drummer, and Kirk Hammett is a great guitarist. They just gave them their own channel. They have everything from like concerts, interviews, like exclusive stuff like that. It's great.
Okay.
Like you mentioned, LL Cool J, he's got 2 stations: Rock the Bells Radio and Rock the Bells Mix.
He wouldn't do it if he couldn't get listeners.
Yeah.
So,
Eminem again. Listen, influential,
super influential.
He's got it. Diplo, he's like this dance techno dude. I don't know how, but I guess there's a big enough market for him.
I think there has to be, like those classifications I mentioned.
Carrie Underwood, listen, fantastic superstar again, kind of like Kelly Clarkson.
She's a huge star.
Huge star. Married Mike Fisher from the Ottawa Senators, and she's got Sunday Night Football. That's her.
Oh wow, yeah, right.
Willie Nelson's got his own station.
Well, he's been around since the 50s, so he has a catalog.
Chris Stapleton's got his own station. But now again, it's curated to similar stuff. Okay. Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah,
I like Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah, people like Dwight. Yeah.
Blue Eyes has his own. Frank Sinatra.
I'm sure he knows all about it. Yeah, I mean, of course, him, Elvis, and the Beatles are the three big. So
B.B. King.
So it's a blues station.
Yeah. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That would be more difficult, wouldn't it? Because I guess you could.
They have the app, because if you have the app, when you get the app with the car radio, and the app has these extra channels.
Okay. But it wouldn't be just the Peppers. It'd be that kind of funk.
Exactly. The funkadelic stuff, right?
Yeah.
Bon Jovi's got his own station.
Well, he's been around forever. Again, it must be that kind of stadium rock stuff.
Marky Ramone has his own station.
Marky Ramone, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that could be fun, actually, eh?
It could be. Little Steven has his own.
Yeah.
It's underground garage stuff.
I've heard it. It's actually really interesting.
Eric Church, again, country.
Sure.
Miles Davis.
Again, he knows all about it. Well, I guess, 20th century jazz. Okay, go ahead.
This one here, the Tragically Hip, have their own station.
Well, good on them that it happened, but I think you might be a bit of a Hail Mary. Like I can't see that lasting.
And then Billy Joel has a seasonal station.
Oh, that's interesting.
It goes sometimes they'll put it on before around New Year's, whatever.
He's ridiculously famous, so.
So here's the criteria I have, similar to what you put down.
Right.
I go, when selecting bands or artists for inclusion on a station, is it important to evaluate several key criteria? Factors include the artist's longevity in the music industry, their influence, ongoing relevance, and the overall quality of their discography.
Ongoing relevance.
Yeah. Irrespective of public perception. So even though someone said, well, I don't like that album, wasn't all that great, it doesn't matter. It's still part of the discography.
Yeah, I mean, how many albums does Elvis Presley sell anymore? I don't know, but everybody knows Elvis Presley.
And most importantly, it is vital to determine whether their music resonates with audience and continues to attract listeners. Here are some artists that should be considered.
This is your opinion?
My opinion.
Okay.
And my spouse wanted me to add a little caveat saying people have to also be willing to listen to it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's too bad.
So you know my spouse very well, so just keep the way she would say it in your mind for whenever we get to these, all right? Ian, AC/DC.
I think they should.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? They hit all the numbers.
Okay.
Right.
The Rolling Stones, Ian.
Hey, you know how I feel, but obviously, yeah, I'm surprised that they're not there. Okay.
Rush.
Yeah, but you'd have to curate it into the bands that are also kind of like Rush.
A lot of prog, maybe.
Like Emerson, Lake and Palm, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, that kind
of ish.
Okay.
Yeah. This one here, Ian, I did it for, and I'll tell you why I did. John Mellencamp.
Okay, you're lucky I'm sitting down. John Mellencamp. Again, I'm not sure where you're going with that. Imagine listening to him for more than 20 to 30 minutes.
I just think of longevity, singer-songwriter.
True.
Almost, escaped death. My God, when he was doing that album, Human Wheels, he was on coffee and cigarettes for 6 months.
I know, he's a massive heart attack.
Bryan Adams.
Well,
Arena Rock, the Sweeney Todd era.
Yeah, you're right. You could do Arena Rock, yeah.
Led Zeppelin.
Well, absolutely. There's no question.
Green Day.
Yes, because they go across generations.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, obviously, but you just couldn't. Yeah, you could do a Motown Jackson thing.
You could throw in Mariah Carey-ish, his sister Janet.
Yeah.
You could throw the Jackson 5. Down that era, Jackson 5 was that Motown? Would you consider that Motown?
Yeah, they were Motown.
There you go. Prince.
Yeah, only because he's so Prince. Because he's so even from the grave he's pompous. But yeah, you could do that.
Elton John. We spoke about how him
Absolutely.
and Bernie Taupin have just collaborated on bangers for 50 plus years.
Yeah, he has the catalog.
He does. For rap, I put Ice Cube.
Yeah. How would that work? Would they center around his era? Like,
I would go with, probably his era and stuff that is similar to, like, like Public Enemy, NWA, the old school Dre, some Tupac, stuff around that.
Okay.
West Side, because you realize he also had West Side Connection. That's his thing. So he's got a lot of stuff. I put here a producer station, and I specifically specified Dr. Dre, Quincy Jones, George Martin, Mutt Lange, Phil Spector, and Rick Rubin. That is enough of a catalog that they've produced enough bands that you'll get a decent station with a wide array of. You'll get Cheap Trick, you'll get Beastie Boys, you'll get Chili Peppers, you'll get Def Leppard, you'll get Michael
Beatles,
Jackson,
whatever,
anything. What didn't Phil Spector touch?
No, really, I think that could be a really neat station. You could play it for a week without a repeat.
Yeah. I figured the Beastie Boys, considering that they've shifted so much different variety of sound, that there's a catalog with them alone, plus stuff that sounds like their stuff.
Yeah, you're going to see curation would be the key.
This one you're in, I think you'd have it tuned on quite a bit. The Beach Boys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and plus you get a lot of bands that sound like the Beach Boys.
Like the Hawaii Five-0 soundtrack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Queen.
I'm surprised they don't. I mean, I don't really sure with the catalog, but they're so influential.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
It would be tough because
tough.
Their catalog is
Rather
big, but
thin.
not that big.
Not that big for rotation.
Van Halen.
I think so because of the guitar angle.
Okay. The Bee Gees.
Bee Gees are so underrated. You could easily do the.
You could throw disco in there,
Yeah.
kind of ish, maybe, because they did have a disco era.
They sure did, which I loved. But they were around the late '60s.
This one here, I bulked it together. I put the Guess Who BTO Backman Cummings station. Because let's be honest.
You're being a smarty pants. Yeah, I think that you're absolutely right. And you could do Canadian rock on it. Yeah.
But just like these guys are they're front runners.
Good front runners.
Ian, I feel that Neil Young needs two stations. One I like to call Neil Young Archives, and the other one Neil Young and Friends. Ian,
And
thoughts?
Friends. Look at Neil Young. He's up there with Pete Townsend for going over his back catalog, and he is so self-obsessed. It's incredible what he releases. He could belch and release it. It's unbelievable.
So I get you're not listening to this?
No, he's so fascinated by himself.
John Fogerty.
Yeah, I would. The curation would be the key because you can get. I love John Fogerty, CCR. You can get kind of tired of him.
I just threw this here just to be cheeky. Nickelback.
You love Nickelback.
I do.
Again, the catalog's not there for that kind of station, but you could do that kind of heavier stuff. Yeah.
They've been around since '96.
How many albums, roughly?
14, maybe.
Oh, you might be able to do it then.
Because if they're eligible for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now, 25 years.
Really?
Yeah. Def Leppard.
Yeah, because of the catalog and the longevity.
Here's one that you might skip a few songs. Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, obviously, but again, curation would be the key.
Run DMC. Now again, I'm going with founding of pioneers of rap, that era.
You could do an era DMC.
Supertramp.
Again, we like Rush. You'd have to do in bands rather than sound like.
This station, I don't know if I would listen to it. Pink Floyd.
I'm surprised. Yeah, Pink Floyd. Yeah, the catalog's there. The awareness is there. Sure.
Roger Waters is there.
Unfortunately, yeah, Roger.
Ian, here's a station that I don't know if you would tune in. A Paul McCartney station.
Unfortunately, the catalog is there. But he had some great albums, but it was so long ago. My God, I don't know how you'd do that.
This one here, my spouse said to me, she's like, I don't know if I'd listen to this one. Bob Dylan / the band / Ronnie Hawkins station.
Okay, you could have some fun. The catalog's not there, but you could,
Dylan alone.
just do it. Dylan, he has like 900 albums.
I don't know if I would tune into that station.
No, didn't you? I don't think so.
Jimmy Cliff, old school reggae.
Yeah, I'd listen to that.
Johnny Cash. This one I think would be a big seller because
He has the catalog and he has the songs and the and the awareness.
And then the last one I put here, the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm surprised Don Henley hasn't done it. And he's kind of like, he's very good with money. So.
He is very good with money, true.
Oh, yeah, he's up there with Gene Simmons.
All right, so now I'd like to say that the future of terrestrial radio appears increasingly uncertain, as it once stood as a formidable force in the music industry, known for promoting artists, hosting live rock and roll interviews, and featuring charismatic personalities who embodied the essence of the genre. Gone are the days when the overnight radio DJ was a rock legend, a constant present at every major event, and then seamlessly transitioning to the airwaves at midnight to recount the excitement of the night, sharing anecdotes about conversations with band members and showcasing photographs that would later grace newspaper articles. These artists would often appear on morning shows to discuss their performances and promote upcoming concerts, creating a vibrant cycle of engagement between fans and musicians. The sentiment expressed in the song Video Killed the Radio Star rings true as we look towards the end of 2025 when MTV is set to cease broadcasting in Europe, a shift that could reverberate across North America. We hope not, but it could. The rise of platforms like YouTube and Vivo have effectively rendered the traditional video format obsolete, marking a significant decline in influence of music television. In its heyday during the 1980s and 1990s, Much Music in Canada thrived with its dynamic VJs, captivating music videos and live performances that brought the energy of the city into viewers' homes and bolstered by engaging interviews that resonated with audiences, thanks to the vibrant personalities that matched the format. To revitalize the relevance of local radio, I believe we must return to fundamental principles. A crucial starting point is securing adequate funding, whether through government support or contributions from public donors, as public radio serves an essential function in delivering news, cultural entertainment, and fostering a sense of community. Radio stations must enhance their content offerings, aligning with their specific target demographics. By embracing these strategies, we can recapture the vibrant spirit of radio from the 1970s. In 2025, radio not only endures but flourishes as an essential resource for marketing, advertising, and content creation. Even with the rise of podcasts, streaming platforms, and on-demand media, radio continues to play a vital role in reaching audiences effectively. Radio maintains relevance in the world of media. Ian, this is what I have to say about the radio.
Thanks very much. I think you're on the ball. I'm with you on that one. Thanks very much. Very insightful. I hope someone learned something out there about this. I sure did. Good on you, Kennedy.
Thank you, Dr. Clark.
You know, it occurred to me, though, when you were talking, I was kind of ruminating, looking at the clouds above me in the blue sky. The music world used to be a bigger place.
The music world is still the same, my friend. There's just less in it.
Nice. Real nice. And with that,
au revoir.
I'll bid you adieu. Stay tuned.